Hey, good morning, sports bettors. Matt here with OddsJam. In this video, what I'm going to be doing is giving you my bet for this no sweat same game parlay for Thursday night football tomorrow between the Commanders and the Bears. Just a lovely, lovely game we have going on tomorrow. Very, very exciting stuff. The 1-4 Commanders going to, the 2-3 Chicago Bears. At least FanDuel is offering us this no sweat same game parlay, so at least we can have something to sweat out during this very exciting game. This is something that FanDuel does, I think, every Thursday night football game. I think overall with these parlays I've locked in on FanDuel, I've gotten 3 or 4 to hit on the football season so far. So it's gone pretty well. So make sure that for those of you at home tailing this one, you see what the max FanDuel will refund you. I've seen people up to $100 that they will refund. For me, they only give me $5, which is unfortunate, but whatever the max amount FanDuel will refund you is what I would recommend putting on this one. The only other terms they need to worry about is that the odds must be plus 400 or longer. So as it tells you right here, plus 450, plus 500 with qualified, plus 300, plus 350 would not. Then you need to make sure that you click opt-in. You will know that you're opted in when it says accepted up here. And then you click bet now. It'll take you to the game. You want to make sure that you have same game parlay selected so you know that everything you're adding can be added to a same game parlay because there are some markets that they won't add. And then, most importantly, we use OddsJam to find sharp plays to put into this same game parlay. So what I have up on the screen here is the OddsJam OddsJam screen. It's completely free to use. Just go to oddsjam.com. You'll see the screen here, and it pulls up where every sportsbook prices a market at. So we know right off the bat that there is some pretty good value on some of these books in what they price Justin Fields passing yards at. 176 on FanDuel, 176.5, I should say, is pretty good. Because look at where Pinnacle prices this, 188. The sharpest sportsbook in the world has it 12 yards higher than what FanDuel is giving to you at 176.5. It's also pretty good on some other books as well. Over 165.5 on Prize Picks, over 170 on Caesars, and DraftKings, 171 on Bet Rivers. All these books are giving you such a low price, where the sharpest sportsbook in the world is telling you that it should be priced higher. So this is going to be the first one that I'm adding to my same game parlay. Let me zoom in a little bit here. I like this for football reasons as well. Justin Fields, the first 3 weeks of the season combined for less than 100 passing yards a game. The last 2 games has gone over this amount. Last week he went over 200, which is a big deal for Justin Fields. And the Commanders have a good run defense. They have one of the worst pass defenses in the NFL. So I do think that he will be able to take advantage of the Washington Commanders through the air. Now, looking at Wentz, there's also a play on his over. It's not quite as good as the FanDuel one, because if you look at like 220.5, what FanDuel is giving Carson Wentz, Pin prices that at 224. Some of the daily fantasy ones price this at 227. So this is honestly a good bet to middle. If you take underdog, you take him to go under 227.5 on underdog in Prize Picks. Then you can take him to go over 218.5 on some other books as well. That's a pretty good middle. You have a pretty wide range, 10 yards almost of middling here. Like Caesars, Bet Rivers, BetMGM, all have it at 218. 220 I still think is good, so I'm going to go ahead and lock this one in or add it to my same game parlay as well. So right now we have 2 plays for plus 263 odds. So we just need to make sure we get this to plus 400 and above, then we can lock it in. The next play that looks good here is Brian Robinson to go under 49.5 rushing yards on FanDuel. If we look at where other sharp books price this, like FanDuel prices this at 48, or excuse me, not FanDuel, we're betting this on FanDuel. Pinnacle prices this at 48.5, and they heavily, heavily favor him going under that number actually, which is kind of surprising. The over is at plus 108, the under is at minus 144, and that's a full yard lower than what FanDuel is offering it at 49.5. We also see other books price it at 48.5 in favor of the under, like Caesars. Tipico prices it at 49, but favors the under. And then we see some other like daily fantasy books, Underdog, Prize Picks, price it at 47.5, so 2 yards lower. Now, you feel bad fading Brian Robinson after what he's come back from, but I do think that he is a good play to add to this. So here's our same game parlay. We got Justin Fields over 176.5 passing yards, Carson Wentz over 220.5 passing yards, and Brian Robinson under 49.5 rushing yards. Those are the three plays that I'm adding to the same game parlay, plus 552 odds, so qualifies there. So that is going to be it. So I recommend those of you at home tail this bet. Let me know if you do, and have a good one.